What if one letter in your mailbox had the power to affect your Social Security benefits, yet most people wouldn't recognize its importance until it was almost too late? Every year, thousands of Americans receive notices they don't fully understand. Some set them aside to read later. Others assume they're routine paperwork and never realize they contain deadlines that can directly impact their benefits. At the same time, millions of Medicare recipients are unknowingly missing out on healthcare services that are already paid for and available to them at no additional cost. The surprising part isn't that these benefits exist. The surprising part is how many people never use them simply because nobody explained them clearly. Today, we're going to talk about both issues because they affect millions of Americans right now, and understanding them could help you avoid unnecessary stress, missed opportunities, and costly mistakes in the future. Many people believe that once Social Security benefits are approved, everything continues automatically forever. Payments arrive each month, and life goes on. While that may be true for many beneficiaries, certain programs require periodic reviews. These reviews are not new, but recent administrative changes have increased attention on how they are processed and how quickly cases move through the system. One of the most misunderstood parts of Social Security involves disability-related benefits. The moment people hear the phrase medical review, fear often follows. Some immediately assume their benefits are in danger. Others worry that a review means the government has already decided to stop payments. In reality, the situation is usually much less dramatic than many people imagine. The Social Security Administration conducts periodic evaluations known as continuing disability reviews. These reviews are designed to determine whether individuals receiving disability benefits continue to meet the medical requirements of the program. The purpose is not to punish beneficiaries or create unnecessary obstacles. Instead, the review process exists because medical conditions can change over time. Some conditions improve. Others remain stable. Some become more severe. The review process helps ensure that benefits continue going to individuals who still meet the program's eligibility standards. One important point that many people overlook is that retirement benefits are generally not affected by these disability reviews. If you receive Social Security retirement benefits because you have reached retirement age, these medical evaluations typically do not apply to you. Your retirement payments are based on different eligibility rules. However, if you receive benefits through a disability program, or if someone in your household does, understanding how reviews work is extremely important. Recent efforts to improve administrative efficiency have increased the pace at which disability cases are being reviewed. For some beneficiaries, this means that a review notice may arrive sooner than expected. Individuals who have not heard from Social Security in several years could eventually receive requests for updated information. When that happens, it is important not to panic. Receiving a review notice does not automatically mean benefits are ending. In most situations, the notice simply requests updated information regarding your medical condition, treatments, healthcare providers, and any significant changes that may have occurred since your last evaluation. The agency gathers this information so it can make informed decisions based on current evidence. This is where medical records become incredibly important. Many people assume that because their condition has not changed, documentation is unnecessary. Unfortunately, reviews are based on evidence rather than assumptions. Healthcare records provide a detailed history of a person's condition over time. Doctor visits, specialist evaluations, prescriptions, therapy sessions, hospital records, and diagnostic tests all contribute to a more complete picture. Think of your medical records as a timeline. Each appointment adds another piece of information. Together, those pieces help demonstrate the ongoing impact of a condition and the treatment being provided. Consistent medical care often makes the review process easier because current documentation is available when needed. Long gaps in treatment, on the other hand, may raise additional questions. This does not automatically mean someone is no longer eligible for benefits. There are many reasons why treatment gaps occur, including transportation difficulties, financial limitations, provider shortages, or personal circumstances. However, fewer records can make it harder to demonstrate the full extent of ongoing medical challenges. That is why many experts encourage disability beneficiaries to maintain regular contact with healthcare providers whenever possible. Another issue that deserves careful attention is deadlines. Government notices frequently contain response requirements. Missing those deadlines can create complications that are often avoidable. Yet every year, people underestimate how quickly time passes after receiving official correspondence. A letter arrives. It gets placed on a kitchen counter. The recipient plans to review it later. Days pass, then weeks. Before long, valuable time has disappeared. Simple organizational habits can help prevent this. Keeping important paperwork together, saving copies of correspondence, maintaining updated medical records, and reviewing official notices promptly can make a significant difference. Family members and caregivers can also play an important role. Many beneficiaries rely on spouses, adult children, relatives, or trusted friends to help manage healthcare and administrative responsibilities. Having another person aware of important notices and deadlines can reduce the risk of overlooking critical information. Review schedules vary depending on the nature of a person's medical condition. Some conditions are expected to remain stable and may be reviewed less frequently. Others may require more regular evaluations. Because each case is unique, comparing your situation to someone else's is not always helpful. What matters most is understanding your own circumstances and staying informed about any communication you receive. Knowledge reduces uncertainty, and uncertainty is often what creates the greatest anxiety. But while disability reviews affect a specific group of beneficiaries, there is another issue that affects virtually everyone enrolled in Medicare. This next topic may actually be more important because millions of eligible individuals have no idea the benefit exists. Every year, Medicare covers preventive healthcare services that many beneficiaries never use. The coverage is already available. The appointments are already included. Yet countless people continue missing opportunities that could help them better understand their health and identify potential concerns before they become serious. Why does this happen? In many cases, the answer is simple: nobody told them. For generations, many Americans have approached healthcare in a reactive way. They visit a doctor when symptoms appear. They schedule appointments when something hurts. They seek treatment when a problem becomes impossible to ignore. Preventive healthcare follows a completely different philosophy. Instead of waiting for illness or injury, preventive care focuses on identifying risks before major problems develop. This approach matters because many health conditions progress quietly. High blood pressure often produces no obvious symptoms. Diabetes can develop gradually. Balance issues may appear slowly. Cognitive changes can begin years before they become noticeable. By the time symptoms are impossible to ignore, opportunities for early intervention may be more limited. Preventive healthcare aims to change that. One of the most valuable preventive services available to Medicare beneficiaries is an annual wellness appointment designed specifically to evaluate overall health risks and create a personalized prevention strategy. What surprises many people is how few beneficiaries actually schedule these visits. Some assume they will cost extra. Others believe they are identical to traditional physical exams. Many simply do not know they are available. As a result, year after year, they miss opportunities to learn important information about their health. Unlike a standard medical appointment focused on treating illness, a wellness visit focuses on prevention and planning. Healthcare providers review medical history, medications, family health patterns, lifestyle factors, and potential health risks. The purpose is to create a clearer understanding of a person's overall well-being and identify areas that may deserve attention. For older adults, this type of appointment can be especially valuable because it encourages proactive healthcare decisions rather than reactive ones. And among all the topics addressed during preventive visits, one area has become increasingly important due to its potential to identify concerns before they become obvious. That area is cognitive health. Many people assume memory problems happen suddenly, but the reality is often very different. Changes in memory, concentration, and decision-making frequently develop gradually over time. The earliest signs may be subtle enough that family members never notice them, which is exactly why what Medicare includes in these preventive visits has become so important. The details may surprise you. Cognitive health is one of the most overlooked aspects of aging, yet it may be one of the most important. Many people assume that memory issues appear suddenly, but healthcare professionals know that changes in cognitive function often develop gradually. A person may occasionally forget a name, misplace an item, or struggle to remember an appointment and simply dismiss it as a normal part of getting older. In many cases, it may be. However, healthcare providers also understand that recognizing potential concerns early can make a meaningful difference. That is why cognitive assessments have become such an important component of preventive healthcare discussions. The purpose of these screenings is not to frighten people or suggest that every memory lapse indicates a serious condition. Instead, the goal is to create awareness. Early recognition provides more opportunities to ask questions, seek additional evaluations if necessary, and develop plans for the future. Many beneficiaries imagine cognitive screenings as lengthy and stressful examinations. The reality is often much simpler. Initial assessments are generally brief conversations or straightforward exercises designed to evaluate memory, concentration, awareness, and problem-solving abilities. They provide healthcare professionals with valuable information while giving patients greater insight into their overall health. What makes early awareness so valuable is that it creates options. When concerns are identified earlier, individuals and families have more time to make informed decisions. Healthcare providers can recommend resources, monitor changes, and help patients understand what steps may be appropriate moving forward. Even when screenings reveal no concerns, the reassurance alone can provide peace of mind. Another important focus of preventive healthcare is fall prevention. Falls remain one of the leading causes of injury among older adults. Unfortunately, many people do not think about fall prevention until after an accident has already occurred. A single fall can lead to broken bones, hospitalizations, rehabilitation, and long-term mobility challenges. In some situations, it can affect a person's ability to live independently. The encouraging news is that many fall risks can be identified before an accident ever happens. Healthcare providers often evaluate balance, mobility, vision, medication side effects, muscle strength, and everyday activities. Sometimes, small changes can significantly reduce risk. Improved lighting, safer flooring, better footwear, balance exercises, medication adjustments. These may seem like minor details, but together they can have a major impact on safety and independence. Preventive care is not just about avoiding illness. It is also about maintaining quality of life. Mental and emotional well-being are equally important. Many people hesitate to discuss feelings of loneliness, sadness, anxiety, or depression. Some assume these experiences are simply part of aging and therefore not worth mentioning. Yet, emotional health influences nearly every aspect of daily life. Sleep quality, energy levels, motivation, relationships, physical health. When healthcare providers ask questions about emotional well-being, they are not simply completing paperwork. They are recognizing that mental health and physical health are closely connected. Sometimes, a simple conversation uncovers concerns that have been quietly affecting a person's life for months or even years. Preventive healthcare creates opportunities for those conversations to happen. Beyond wellness visits themselves, Medicare beneficiaries may also have access to a wide range of preventive screenings that many people never fully explore. Heart health screenings are among the most important. Cardiovascular disease remains one of the most significant health challenges facing older adults. Regular evaluations can help identify risk factors and encourage proactive management before major problems occur. Diabetes screenings provide another example of preventive care in action. Many individuals live with elevated blood sugar levels for years without realizing it. Early detection allows people to make lifestyle changes and work with healthcare providers before complications become more serious. Cancer screenings are also an important part of preventive healthcare. The reason healthcare professionals emphasize screening is straightforward. Detecting concerns earlier often provides more options. Different screenings apply to different individuals depending on age, family history, and personal risk factors. But understanding available options is an important part of staying informed. Bone health deserves attention as well. As people age, changes in bone density can increase the risk of fractures and mobility limitations. Preventive evaluations help identify concerns before injuries occur, allowing individuals to take steps that may support long-term strength and independence. Vaccinations remain another area where misunderstandings frequently prevent people from taking advantage of available protections. Some people assume vaccines are only important for children. Others believe they no longer need them because they have remained healthy for many years. However, healthcare recommendations continue throughout adulthood because the risks people face change over time. Protection against illnesses such as influenza, pneumonia, shingles, and respiratory infections can play an important role in maintaining health and reducing complications. Yet many beneficiaries never ask what preventive protections may be available to them. They simply assume someone else will bring up the subject. Unfortunately, that assumption can sometimes lead to missed opportunities. One of the most valuable things any Medicare beneficiary can do is ask questions. What screenings are available? What preventive services apply to my situation? What health risks should I be monitoring? These conversations help transform healthcare from a reactive experience into a proactive one. Recent healthcare changes have also increased access to certain services, making care more convenient for many Americans. Convenience matters more than people often realize. The easier healthcare is to access, the more likely people are to use it. For individuals living in rural communities, transportation difficulties and limited appointment availability can create challenges. Expanding access points helps reduce barriers and allows more people to receive timely care. When access improves, participation often improves as well. And when participation improves, opportunities for early detection and prevention increase. Stepping back and looking at the bigger picture reveals an important lesson. Social Security disability reviews and Medicare preventive services may appear unrelated. One focuses on eligibility, the other focuses on health care, yet both depend on the same principle. Awareness. People who understand how these systems work are better prepared to protect themselves. A disability beneficiary who understands review requirements is more likely to maintain documentation, respond promptly to notices, and avoid unnecessary complications. A Medicare beneficiary who understands preventive healthcare options is more likely to schedule important appointments, complete recommended screenings, and identify concerns before they become serious. Knowledge creates opportunities. Lack of information creates risk. Every year, people miss valuable benefits, not because they were unavailable, but because they never realized they existed. That is why staying informed matters. Read official correspondence carefully. Keep records organized. Pay attention to deadlines. Maintain communication with healthcare providers. Ask questions whenever something seems unclear. Simple habits can make an enormous difference over time. For disability beneficiaries, keeping medical documentation current and remaining engaged with treatment can help ensure that future reviews proceed more smoothly. For Medicare beneficiaries, taking advantage of preventive services can provide valuable insights into current health while helping identify future risks. Neither approach requires special expertise. Neither requires complicated planning. Both begin with awareness and action. The people who often benefit the most from these programs are not necessarily those with the greatest resources. They are the individuals who stay informed, remain organized, and take advantage of opportunities when they become available. A single letter can contain information that deserves immediate attention. A single appointment can identify a concern before it becomes serious. A single conversation can help someone make a decision that improves their quality of life for years to come. That is why understanding these programs is so important. Not because every person will face the same challenges, not because every beneficiary will need every service, but because everyone deserves the opportunity to make informed decisions about their benefits, healthcare, and future. If you receive disability benefits, remain attentive to official notices and maintain current medical records whenever possible. If you are enrolled in Medicare, take time to learn about preventive services available to you and discuss them with your healthcare provider. The opportunities are there. The coverage already exists. The most important step is knowing about it and taking action when appropriate. Share this information with family members, friends, caregivers, and anyone who may benefit from understanding these programs. Sometimes a single conversation can help someone avoid a mistake, discover a valuable resource, or take an important step toward protecting both their health and financial security. SSA Insights Pro.